Hi. So I've taken some time out of this convention because I think this is more important. I know it is because I can't concentrate at the convention because this is all over my mind. So it's time to do this. Priorities and all, right? You're the priority today. So on question number 6, how did I handle pain and disappointment? And previously, I gave you a small glimpse into this. I apologize if you haven't any time to think on it. I don't apologize if anything I'm about to say startles or surprises you, because it's the truth, and it's who I was then. I used love as a weapon, very much so. To the person experiencing that weapon, they knew it was not loving. To the people around them, it seemed quite loving. That's the power of words. I could do all of that without lifting a finger. Just with words and the expression on my face. I've been told for many years that my eyes change color depending upon my emotions. My son used to have a joke with his friends that if he was coming in the house and my eyes turned purple, that they needed to freeze. Because if I was about to throw something and they were trying to get away from me, they were going to step right into it. Not a pretty picture, right? But according to my son, it's absolutely 100% true. According to a couple of his brothers, not my children, it's true. According to a couple of coworkers, it's true. I've never seen it. But I know the feelings that rise up in me in those moments when I was lashing out at people. And I have absolutely no trouble at all believing him. He has no reason to lie to me. After all, those were the terrors of his life. And the mere fact that in his adulthood he's still able to talk to me and trust me with his children speaks volumes for the character that he has fostered within himself. Because it didn't have much to do with me, I assure you. So I could use words, and I still can. I choose differently now. I could use words to tear a person apart to the very core of their soul and leave them in a quivering heap on the floor like a jellyfish out of water, wondering what just hit them. And I didn't need any time to think on it. I didn't need to practice it. All I had to do was be angry enough to do it and open my mouth, and it happened. Much of the time, I didn't even know what I said. Afterwards, we'd have conversations, and they would tell me some of the horrible things that I had said, and I had no recollection of that. I couldn't even imagine I would have said such a thing. When I would ask others in the vicinity about it, they would indicate, well, I guess you could look at it that way, but that's not how I heard it. But I know that's how I intended it. So it left its mark, and it absolutely had an impact. In my mind, every word that was coming out of my mouth to that other person who I knew I was going after, who I knew I intended and desired to minimize and crush. And I planned it out intentionally to sound like and look like love. To this day, there are people in my world that visibly flinch when they think I'm about to speak to them. I don't know why they even still deal with me, but I'm thankful that they do, because I do not deserve their love after many of the things I have said to them. To make it worse, they weren't even able to receive any validation for the pain they were experiencing at my words, because I had done it in a manner that nobody else really felt it and really knew the truth of what I was saying. So they weren't able to get anybody to understand. And I did it on purpose. And I knew I was doing it. And I felt good when I did it. I felt smart. I felt powerful. I felt confident. I felt validated. I felt loving. It was for their benefit. They needed to know that. Maybe it'll improve their lives going forward for them to have known that. Horrendous. To everybody around, because I was not respectful of privacy. I was not respectful of the impression other people might have of that person after having unloaded on them so viciously. And I knew it. And they are left, in many cases, permanently scarred and damaged by the words that I used and the manner in which I used them. And I was very good at planning that out. Very good. And it would be quick. In my moment of pain, that fast. That fast. I could plan it. And then I could make it happen. And they never knew I had them. Needless to say, my forgiveness list was very, very, very long. And there were some very surprised people receiving some apologies. And they finally got some validation. Now see, that is an example of reversed love. To me, I was acting in love. To everybody around that witnessed it, because I always made sure somebody was there to witness the coup de grace. I made sure that I ripped them apart publicly in a manner in which nobody else could figure out what had happened. And I was not discriminatory. I did this to my church pastor. I did this to youth pastors. I did this to teachers, parents, friends, siblings, almost anybody I came across that caused me any pain or whom was available to me for me to act out the pain I had experienced at somebody else's hands. Third-party hatred. They were getting my third-party hate love. Didn't deserve it. Didn't even know what was going on. Half the times they didn't even know what I had just said to them because I was so adept at using words and tonality and facial expression. They were often dumbfounded. And I still felt justified in doing that. Even though they weren't the one who perpetrated that pain upon me. They weren't the one I was responding to in that pain. But they were the one I was unloading it upon for any number of trivial, unimportant reasons, misperceptions, and things that other people may not have even known. And I called it love. I justified it as love. I argued it as love. I'm pretty good with words. I usually won the argument and convinced other people. Y'all, how horrible is that? How evil is that? I used those words to convince other people that I was right and that it was loving and that it was in that person's best interest and that they had it coming. I did that. That was one of many ways that I would wield love as a weapon and feel completely justified in doing so. I am appreciative that those apologies were accepted there's still residual interactive consequences. And there always will be. Because even though we forgive, we can't really forget. It's written on us, and it's a part of who we are, and it's a part of how we make decisions going forward. So many impacts on us that we don't even really know until we sit and think about it. And other people believed me. So can you imagine what that felt like to the person I unloaded on? They know. They know what just happened. They know that other people are around, and they have to feel everybody else denying them the truth of what they just experienced. Because I was that good. I was that good at wielding love words for evil purposes. It was despicable. I'm still pretty good with words. However, I treat words with great respect, great caution, great introspect. And I try to weigh and measure every word for its possible impact in either direction before I utter it. Because I know about myself that if I'm speaking while out of balance, I can destroy worlds with my words. And I never want to do that again. So sometimes love may look like love. It may sound like love. And to some people, it may feel like love. But really what matters is not what other people are perceiving, whether it be love or whether it not be love. The core of the matter is you, because you know your intent in your heart, just like I did. I knew exactly what I was doing, and I intended to do it, and I did it very, very well, to my own shame. So there are times when love is something else. But it is for us to know within ourselves what love is and what the fruits of that love are, so that we can ensure that our love is pure and not able to be weaponized. I truly enjoy the silence nowadays. I almost regret having to open my mouth and verbalize. But I understand that as long as I'm in this realm and in this existence, I will have to. Something to think about, y'all, about words and love. This was a hard one. I don't even know how to wrap this up, you guys. This is a hard one. In the next phase of answering this question, we'll be addressing to you how I desire. See, you guys might want to do some research into the core meaning of that word. Because in today's world, it's all wrapped up in physical, sexual love. But that is not purely the intent of desire. How many times are we told throughout scriptures and prayers to want nothing? Our needs are met for the day. Give us this day our daily bread. Want for nothing. It will be provided for us. Right? That is our natural state of being. That is our method of functioning before corruption. Desire nothing. Want nothing. know confidently everything needed is available to you and provided for. That being the case, there's no need for want or desire, right? But we got cursed in Genesis. Not only did we get cursed with desire, we got cursed with conflicting desire. So we'll explore that one a little bit later today. Probably after I get out of the metropolitan traffic and out into my own comfort zone with my feet in the dirt. Because this one's pretty hard and I don't want to cut you short. I want to be authentic and honest with you. We might revisit this one again, but I think we're going to call it good. Because the details are disgustingly unnecessary. I got to get back to this conference before they notice I'm gone. You guys have a great day.